Audiences around the world fell in love with actor Milo Ventimiglia playing Jack Pearson when This Is Us premiered in 2016. As the episodes went on, fans learned that Jack was dead in the present timeline, and fans mostly saw Ventimiglia through flashbacks. So stay tuned and don't go away, because This Is Us star Milo Ventimiglia describes himself as a lost dead dad on set. First up, with the 6th and final season of the series upon us, will Milo miss his cast members? Let's have a look. While on the Kelly Clarkson show, Clarkson asked Milo if he would miss his castmates when This Is Us ends, and the 44-year-old actor responded saying, look, I'll be honest, for me, I don't really work with anybody but Mandy Moore because I'm deceased in the present day, so I never work with the kids Sterling K. Brown, Chrissy Metz, and Justin Hartley. Clarkson followed up by asking Milo if he sees the cast members socially, to which he replied, No, I see them when we do go and do press. The thing is, they'll be on set like wherever we are, and they'll just kind of group together an inside joke, and I'm lost. Dead dad. I have no idea what's going on. However, Milo did reveal that he will miss the cast members from This Is Us, saying, For me, it is a little bittersweet to leave the group, but for me, it's the crew. It's always the crew. I mean, you spend day after day with the people that you're with all the time. You see them, you walk past them, you know their kids' names, you know everything about them, and then it's just kind of done. You move on. Over the years, Milo and Mandy Moore developed a deep bond, and in an interview, he expressed his love for his co-star and said, I remember saying to Mandy that I'm not going to be happy unless you're happy. That's been the consistent thread for Mandy and I. We both just invest so much. We communicate so much. I just think the world of her. She's wonderful, incredibly naturally talented. She's very connected to what she does. She works incredibly hard. Next up, what has been the most heartbreaking moment of Season 6? You're about to find out. Episode 4 of Season 6 was a tough one for fans. According to Milo, the episode centered around his character, Jack Pearson, who wears a white long-sleeve button-up shirt and black tie. This Is Us is known to occasionally have specialized episodes that highlight certain characters or specific time periods, and Season 6 Episode 4, titled Don't Let Me Keep You, is one such episode. In Episode 3, Jack travels to Ohio because his mother died, but it's unclear what specific year it is because the big three are toddlers. The actor delivered a standout performance that fans praised everywhere. If you want to know what you can expect to see from Jack Pearson as the series comes to a close, it's probably best to hear it from Milo himself. Milo said, I think Jack is just consistently there no matter what. He's there in the kids' behavior. He's there in the kids' actions, whether they're talking about him or not. There may not be much we're going to learn about Jack, but I think the thing to know is that he's always there, and going toward the end, we saw Jack's end. We'll get to understand where the true Jack's end is when we get there in April. What we do know is that Jack will go back home for the first time in 13 years for his mother's funeral, while Rebecca and the kids stay home. So, Jack will have to deal with the emotional situation all on his own. Stay tuned and don't go away, because we're bringing you the latest This Is Us news. Up next, how emotionally exhausting was shooting Episode 4 for Milo? Let's take a look. This Is Us delved deep into Jack's relationship with his father in past seasons, but fans will finally get to see the dynamic between him and his mother fully fleshed out, which is a first for the series. In a recent interview, Milo revealed just how exhausting the episode was and said, I have to physicalize the stress that Jack is going through. I've seen Chrissy Metz going through Kate's breakdowns. I've seen Justin Hartley go through it. We've all seen Sterling K. Brown go through it. Mandy Moore, God bless her, she goes through it constantly in age makeup. It's interesting to discover what Jack's emotional break looks like, being the guy who's the rock. In the end, it was very cathartic and satisfying, but man, did it hurt. I'll be honest, it was a very difficult episode to film. It's an entire Jack episode. There are no other storylines in it. We haven't known much about the relationship after Jack removed her from a bad situation with his alcoholic father. We get into some distance that was between them. We know how much he cared about her. I'm getting emotional just thinking about it. Next up, what's the truth behind Kate and Toby's separation? You're about to find out. As Season 6 moves along, fans learn more about the truth behind Kate and Toby's separation. Although the pieces of the puzzle have yet to come together, it's clear that their divorce will be a heartbreaking moment for the series. Thankfully, the This Is Us Season 5 finale revealed that Kate and Toby would divorce sometime in the next 5 years, and that Kate would get remarried to Philip. Toby accepted a job that requires him to travel to San Francisco multiple times a week in the final episode, and it's become clear to fans that have seen parts of Season 6 that the distance will likely prove to be the relationship's Achilles heel. In This Is Us Season 6 Episode 3, for instance, Kate and Toby struggle to find a rhythm as parents. Not knowing Jack's sleep schedule, Toby accidentally missed one of his naps, and it results in a small fight between the husband and wife. And instead of having a date night, Kate goes out alone while Toby stays home with the kids. By the end of the finale episode, Kate and Toby resolve their issues, and Toby buys a big green egg smoker so that their family can create lasting memories. But then we see a flash forward to Jack as an adult using the smoker, and during the scene, Jack and his wife Lucy imply that an accident with the smoker is what broke his parents' marriage. It turns out Sterling K. Brown knew about what would happen in the relationship before anyone else did, and in an interview said, "I may know some things that other folks don't know. I used to go into the writer's room all the time. That was one of my favorite things, just to listen to them make the sausage. And I would be fully invested. Like, I think I knew about the divorce before Chrissy did. And then I remember talking to her when she found out, and she was just crushed." Up next, what role will Jennifer Morrison play in season 6? Let's find out. Jennifer Morrison plays Cassidy Sharp and was introduced to fans during the season 4 premiere episode titled Strangers. Cassidy is a former Marine who returns home with PTSD and alcoholism issues that cause friction between her and her family. She later attends a support group meeting at the VA and meets Nikki, who throws a chair through the window. After the outburst, Kevin helps Nikki, and together they attend AA meetings with Cassidy. The three of them form a bond and support one another in recovery. Cassidy's husband eventually seeks a divorce, and she and Kevin sleep together. But Kevin later moves back to Los Angeles, and the vet decides to try to save her marriage in season 4. In This Is Us season 6 episode 3, titled Four Fathers, Kevin calls Cassidy after spending the day struggling with being away from his kids. Kevin thinks about booty calling someone, but decides to call a friend instead. Recently, the writers of the show revealed that Cassidy will appear in more season 6 episodes. Writer Casey Johnson spoke about Cassidy's relationship with Kevin and said, "We love that Cassidy is the person Kevin calls. They have a lot in common, even though on paper they're totally different. He's a movie star, she's a vet. They come from very different worlds, but they've been through similar challenges, and they really can meet each other where they are." Finally, with the series ending, will there be a This Is Us movie? In December of 2021, Justin Hartley spoke about his interest in continuing the show's story on the big screen. Hartley spoke of working with such an awesome cast and said, "I'm down for a This Is Us movie. I love these cats. I would do a trilogy movie. I really would. I would do a movie every year with these guys." Furthermore, Sterling K. Brown said, "We totally could." And that's something actually I could definitely see them promoting it. Like, we've seen the Sex and the City joints. There's an Entourage joint. If they can do it, why the hell not? Mandy Moore also found the idea of doing a movie to be really great and said, "We were laughing the other day with some of the cast. Like, all these shows that are getting rebooted, didn't they just end 5, 6, 7 years ago? Are we going to be doing the This Is Us reboot in 6 years? I would be game to do anything that would reunite me with everybody here." That's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for watching.